How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to Blade Bias. It has been a while since I have uploaded on this channel. Of course, Ethan is back to carrying the channel as per usual, but I figured I have something very interesting to show today. Ethan has been, talking about the Calico a bunch because really what it comes down to is I've just been busy, and I also lost my head mount for my phone/camera. So, yeah, I don't have a head mount right now, so that's why I'm just holding my phone in my hand. So, with Junior in here, it's fitting, because Calico, Cat, Junior. Ethan has been doing a good job of covering the Calico and all the information there, which should be my job, considering I am now sponsored by Tay, but, it is what it is. Today, I have something very, very interesting. This package I've been waiting on for 2-3 weeks. It comes from Taiwan, and this is something I am sure none of you have seen before, probably because I'm one of the few people to have one of these at the moment. So this is a balisong from a little company known as FlipForge. This is a good thing to talk about because of what I have right here, which is the Calico. And when I open this up, this is the right color. Okay, when I open this up, you'll see what I mean. So this is a 3D printed balisong that comes with a little bit, comes with some extra hardware. I have not flipped this before. Let me get this open. Here's the interesting part about this. First of all, it's kind of big. It is a chunky guy, but there's two major interesting parts. Number one is that this is completely customizable. All the cutouts on the handles you can customize, all of the face jimping, the actual jimping you can customize. Basically everything on this trainer you can customize to what you like. There's a ton of options on the site. You can just pick what you want, including different colors, different handle cutouts. You can change this side cutout here. You can change the top cutout. Everything is customizable. Another thing is that this is a 3D printed balisong that is over 3 ounces. I believe it's 3.1 ounces. I could be wrong on that. But also, no tap, which is crazy. He was talking about how great these are tolerance-wise, and I said, I'll believe it when I see it. And I am seeing it, and it is very good. I have not opened this up yet. Like, I literally haven't even done the basic open. I'm just kind of preparing myself. This is heavy. This is the heaviest 3D printed balisong I've ever felt, because how he does it is there's weights in here, and then there's steel rods. I believe they're steel. They might be tungsten, I don't know. There's metal rods that run down the handles. So it weighs about as much as some of the lighter metal trainers. It feels awesome in the hands, honestly. And it's completely customizable. So you can have your own one-of-a-kind. These are called the Edit, by the way. This is the Edit V1. So my first time opening it up, giving it a flip. I have 2 of these, by the way. The purple one's in there, which I'll show in a minute. First time opening it up, giving it a flip. Whoa. Whoa. Flipped out of my hand a little bit there. Okay. All right. Okay. Do a little chaplain here. Chaplains are okay. It has weight to it. Definitely has some weight. In person, it looks a little goofier than I anticipated, which is most likely just because of the blade shape. I am not a huge fan of, I feel like Tay's symmetrical blade shape is the only one that I actually like. All the other ones I much prefer asymmetrical blade shapes. Flipping wise, I should say not even flipping wise, but action wise, it's pretty smooth. I feel like it could use some oil in here, definitely. I might throw some oil in there. It seems like it's got a little bit of I don't know if it's gonna want to focus, but sorry this video is so scuffed, by the way. I don't have my head mount, so it's weird. It seems like it's got a little bit of stringiness from the print. There's some lines that are kind of bounced off, and they're kind of in the pivots. That's probably just something that will be cleaned up over time. The immediate thing I'm noticing with the flipping, now that I'm giving it another second, it's kind of smoothing itself out, and I'm more used to it because I've been flipping my Calico right before this, and the Calico has a very, very good momentum to it. This feels like... I can immediately tell the difference between this and like the Calico, which is the Edit has a lot of weight in the middle because it has the tungsten rods going straight down the end. Well, the Calico is like 90% of its weight is at the very end of the handles as far as I'm aware, and that makes it just glue to your fingers. It makes the handle bias seem really strong, and it makes it just absolutely stick to your fingers no matter what. Sorry my room is so dirty, by the way. We've just been busy. We have to clean very soon, but with the Edit, it's not quite as good in terms of like how much it sticks to your finger, but it's a lot more neutral, and I feel like it's a lot more, I don't know, it's definitely going to be a preference thing. Also, this is pinsless, which is pretty cool. It's definitely going to be a preference thing, whether you prefer the oh, that was just, it fan's fine, that was just a really shitty fan. It's definitely going to be a preference thing, whether you prefer the hyper aggressive, like glue to your finger momentum that the Calico has, which I personally do prefer, or if you want the more neutral kind of, I guess, more controllable Edit, which I will say the weight is very cool. This is a 3D printed trainer that's 3 ounces, and it feels substantial. It feels nice and chunky. But that momentum is something that's going to take a little bit of getting used to, because it's a little, it kind of wants to get away from you a little bit. Yeah, it definitely wants to jump out of your hands just a little bit, and I feel like that's because there's more weight towards kind of the pivot area in the handles. But it's not bad. It's not like one of those things where you can't flip it. It just maybe takes a little bit of getting used to. It might take a little bit of an adjustment in just your flipping style. Like now that I've kind of adjusted to it a little tiny bit, I'm a lot more comfortable with it. It's not happening. I don't feel it as much. But when I first picked it up, it was definitely something to look for. But also the Calico is just aggressive. We know that by now. But so the Edit V1 is very interesting. I will say, feels good in the hands. The weight is very nice. A 3D printed trainer that weighs over 3 ounces is super sick. And of course, the ability to customize it to whatever design you want, because there's like a couple different jimping types, a couple different side cutout types, a couple different face cutout types. You can really make this thing your own. And then in the future, he's going to offer more blade shapes, I believe, and then you can choose bite marker and no bite marker, which of course I went with no bite marker because, you know, I feel like it. So the Edit V1, one of the things that is kind of iffy about it is going to be the price tag, because of the kind of the maintenance or like the care that has to go into making it, because you have to inlay things into the handles while it's printing. It's going to be, I believe, I'm not going to say the price off the top of my head, but it's going to be more expensive than the Tay Flipper is. It's going to be more expensive than the Calico, I mean. It's going to be more expensive than a Cycloid. It's going to be a little more expensive than those things. But for that extra price, you get that full customization. You get the extra weight of it being significantly more substantial. But tolerance-wise, it's really good. Tolerances are awesome on this thing. That's like not the plastic flex, that's the actual tolerances. Of course, if I flex the plastic, it's going to be more, but that's just the raw pivot tolerances. Tolerances are pretty good. Good tolerances, feel substantial. Only thing I'm going to see if he wants to work on is that kind of momentum. Maybe shove a little bit of the weight more towards the very bottom of the handles, but it's not a super huge issue. It's just like what I'm used to is a little bit different. I feel like plastic flips better with more ass weight to it. But overall, this is kind of sick, and I really like the idea of having a one-of-a-kind, one-off, you kind of designed it idea. So this is the other one I have. I specifically asked for 2, and he was nice enough to send over 2, because as some of you guys know, I do flip doubles and also My girlfriend probably wanted one, and I told her to pick out like a customization, and it just so happened we picked out literally the exact same design. And she was like, okay, I'm done. And I'm like, that's just the same thing as mine. So this pink actually looks really cool in person. But, oh. Let me actually look at what I'm doing here. I know it's hard to see, I'm sorry. I don't have my head mount. I wish I did. I gotta find it, I don't know where it is. Yeah, they flip good, it's just that momentum I feel like is a little bit lacking. Just because of, I feel like there's too much weight towards the pivots, and it kind of makes it, on rollover tricks, kind of wants to get away from you. And that is something that I'm not used to. I prefer a lot of weight towards the very, very back of the handle so that it glues to your finger. But same thing with this one. It flips exactly the same, so at least you know the consistency is there. But yeah, it's cool. I like it a lot. It's just a little bit, the momentum's a little, it could be a little better. But in terms of weight, in terms of performance, in terms of the actual print quality, it's pretty good. And the design your own kind of mindset, that feature is super sick. That is very, very awesome. So, follow me on Instagram because, shameless plug, I'm going to post a lot about these on Instagram over the course of the next few weeks, gathering my thoughts and doing a little bit more testing on them. I can only fit so much into a first impressions video. But, yeah, so check out the Instagram if you want a little bit more information or more just info and to see more thoughts about these. Because I'm going to flip them a lot. I usually, when I get new things, I flip them for like a week straight. And yeah, huge thank you to Flip Forward for sending both of these out to me. I believe I am one of the first people who has them that actually like has a lot of other 3D printed balisongs. I'll put this into size comparison, by the way. Let me take this guy. So as you can see, out of all of the tape flipper stuff, it's definitely even bigger than the OG tape flipper, honestly. And the OG tape flipper was pretty chunky. So you can kind of compare it that way. But it's fairly large. So alright, I'm gonna head out now. Me and Junior are gonna hang out, I guess. What are you doing, bro? Oh, hello. Oh, hi. So, yeah. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to follow me on Instagram if you want more information about these, because I will definitely be posting more about them as I get more used to them and as I get more accustomed to them and get more of an opinion on them. So, have fun up there, bro. He loves the top of this couch. So, thank you guys so much for watching. I will talk to you all again very soon.